Hello friends, welcome to the next tutorial of Bug Bounty Hunting program. In this tutorial, finally, we will be talking about the vulnerabilities that we are going to find in web applications. So the first vulnerability that we will be talking about today in this lecture is SQL injection. So to learn SQL injection, first we need to learn what is SQL. So let's have a look at the same. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language, which is used to query data from the database. SQL helps web application in communicating with the database software to retrieve or store data from or in the database. Now, what is a database? Database is a collection of data stored by a website in a particular format. This data could be of all the application information like user information, messages, posts, etc. We will learn how to write a structured query language. So if you look over here, there is this table 1 which has following columns and some data in it. So if I want to fetch everything from this table, my command will be select star from table 1, where star stands for all the columns and table 1 is the table name. Now, if I want to fetch only column 1 and column 2 from this table, in that case, what will be our query? It will be select column 1, column 2 from table 1, and the output will be like this. It will give the result of all the data that is present in column 1 and column 2 as we have asked for it. Now let's look at table students. If I want to fetch details of a person whose ID is equal to 1, what can I write? What query should I use? I will use select star from student where ID is equal to 1. This query means that it will select everything from students, that is from this table where ID is equal to 1. So it will select everything that is with ID 1 and it will give us this output. In place of 1, I can also use the following. It will give me the same result. So all these below queries will give same result even if I use dash, inverted comma, bracket, dash with inverted comma and inverted comma bracket. So thank you for watching this tutorial. We will learn the different types of comments used in structured query language. So these are the following methods via which we can comment out a query in our SQL injection. Let's look at an example. Suppose if you want to insert this query in your web application and fetch the data, then definitely there is some other code that is running after this query. So to comment out rest of the query, we will use comment over here, that is minus minus plus. So whatever is written after this will not get executed as we have put it in the comment part. In the last tutorial, we learned about how to write a SQL query and what are the different methods of making a comment in SQL query. In this tutorial, we will learn about what is SQLI. SQLI stands for Structured Query Language Injection. It is a type of an injection attack that makes it possible to execute malicious SQL statements. These statements control a database server behind a web application. Attackers can use SQL injection vulnerability to bypass application security measures. Once the attacker has bypassed the application security measures, he'll be able to extract the database and he'll be able to take control over database. They can go around authentication and authorization of a web page or web application and retrieve the content of the entire SQL database. Also, they can add, modify and delete records in the database. Not only this, an SQL injection vulnerability may affect any website or web application that uses an SQL database such as MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server or others. So, This is an example of a legitimate query. Over here, we have a website which is asking for username and password. For example, if the username is admin and password is 23, at the back end, the query will be select star from users where username is admin and password is 123. But if we don't know the password, then also we can log in into this account if SQL injection exists in this website. So how can we do that? So this is the legitimate query that runs in the backend. If I don't know the password, then also I can log in into the account. How? Look over here, we have injected SQL code, and that is -or-1 equal to 1. Even if whatever is my password, if this statement is true, which in this case will always be true, it will give me the access to the account and I will be logged in. Cause it is asking over here password is equal to this or 1 equal to 1. If either of the condition is true, then I'll be able to log in. So as this condition is always true, so it will provide me the access to the account. What are the after effects of a SQL injection? First of all, we will be able to bypass login pages. We will be able to install web shells and have access to system files, and also we will be able to install backdoors and extract sensitive information and credit card details that are stored in the website database. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial.